Welcome friend, it's Ashley Clarke with Earthkeeper Yoga, and I'm here in my studio in Birmingham, Alabama, and I welcome you to a gentle yoga practice. Before we get started, I want to let you know that I'm only filming once for the week of October 19th or 18th. I'll be offering a virtual live class on Thursday the 21st at 6:30. And that is the first annual 21st of Teal, in loving memory of my mom, Jackie McDuff, who we lost to ovarian cancer in 2018 on October 21st. So I've partnered with the Laura Crandall Brown Foundation as well as UAB to offer this free virtual event. And we're gonna talk a little bit about educating you on ovarian cancer, and then I'm going to lead you through a gentle yoga practice that will be accessible for everyone. And I just want to get you in touch with your breath. I want to get you in touch with your physical body so that you can notice those sensations. You can intuit when something's not going right in your body as a way to offer prevention for ovarian cancer or anything else. So if you're with the UAB community, then I'm also going to be giving away a jade teal yoga mat, and you can win that by participating. Taylor will be moderating for me from the Laura Crandall Brown Foundation. He'll be moderating, and if you're from UAB, he's going to enter all the names into some cute little app or something, and it's going to pick a winner, and we'll make sure that you get your mat. If you're not with UAB and you're a part of the event, then I'll be offering one free yoga class here to Earthkeeper Yoga in the Cahaba Heights, Mountain Brook area of Birmingham, and because I want you on your mat, whether it's the one that you win or the one that you own or the one that you need to borrow here in studio. I want to encourage you and I want to support you. So I hope you can join us. You can find out more about that event on the earthkeeperyoga.com website. Just click on schedule. You'll see the event for you right there listed under Thursday the 21st. It's free, it's virtual, and I hope I'll see you there. All right, for today's class, I invite you to have a couple of blocks as well as your trusty blanket or beach towel. If you have access to a yoga bolster, that would be amazing, but if you don't, we'll make do with the blocks and the blanket. All right, grab those things and I'll meet you right here on the mat. All right, friend, as we get started, I invite you into your comfortable seat. So for me, that's just to have the blanket and have the bony part of my tailbone kind of come off the front of it. If you need to sit a little higher, stack those blocks, sit the tailbone right on them, and that will get the knees below the hips. Or you can even sit on the yoga bolster if you have that available. So whatever that looks like, legs may be extended, legs may be butterflied where the soles of the feet actually touch, just to give a little bit more space. But do what feels comfortable because we're going to work on just tuning into breath. Okay, so I invite you to close the eyes and find that long spine. Let the crown of the head reach towards the sky. Arms can just rest in the lap. And I invite you just to, before you do anything, with those eyes closed, just notice how the breath is moving through your body in this moment. What's the quality of the breath? What's the quantity of it? Does it feel fast? Does it feel slow? Don't feel like you have to change anything. Just note what's already there. Is there any tightness in the chest? And can you feel the belly expand when you take an inhale? What about the ribs? Can the ribs expand with an inhale? And how much space can you take up within that container that is you, from hips to collarbones, when you take an inhale? And then constricting the throat on the exhale, how much of that breath can you release? And keep the length through the spine, breath through the nose. And take a cleansing breath whenever you need it, letting the breath come out of the mouth. And how does the physical body feel? Do the shoulders feel tense? Can you release the shoulders a little bit down the back? Can you keep some integrity in the spine, but let the arms hang heavy, hips be heavy? Make that breath nice and deep. Last two right here. Beautiful. Slowly flutter the eyes open. We're going to bring fingertips on either side of the hips and really stretch the arms out long. Let the fingertips come to the mat. Press the tailbone in, reach through the crown of the head. There's a little awakening in the shoulders right there. Take an inhale. And exhale, bring that chin down towards the chest. Big stretch through the back of the neck. Start to sway that nose from shoulder to shoulder. Soften through the jaw. Beautiful. And slowly bring the nose back into stillness in the center. Shine the heart forward. Little bitty curvature in the low spine as you press the tailbone further into the mat. Take an inhale. And exhale, send the nose up towards the sky. Stretch through the throat. Maybe open the teeth, or not the teeth, but the jaw. Stretch a little bit deeper. Release any tension that's showing up in the jaw and the brow. And then bring the nose back to center. Settle the tailbone back into the mat. Integrity through the spine. We're going to inhale, reach up. And then exhale, goalpost the arms, cactus the arms, chin down towards chest. Inhale, rise up. Really stretch, extend the breath, and then exhale, pull it in. And keep some engagement through the arms. Exhale, open it up. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist through the upper body, goalpost the arms. Inhale, rise up. Goalpost over to the left. Keep moving. Last round. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down next to the hips, chin down towards chest. Fresh breath. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Bring the gaze back up towards me, and we're going to let the tailbone stay off the front of the blanket if that's what you've chosen. If you've gotten yourself on blocks or a bolster, come down. You're going to keep the knees up towards the ceiling. Hands can just come back behind you, like you're going to lean back on your hands just a little bit. So really let the weight be distributed evenly through the tailbone and the hands. Not so much weight where you feel like you're slumping back. So keeping the integrity through the spine. And we're just going to start to wag those knees over side to side just a little bit, nice and gentle, feeling into the outside of the hips at the hip flexor. You might move a little bit. Beautiful. Now press into the feet to bring your tailbone right back to the edge of that blanket if you've got that, and butterfly the feet. Hands come down to the ankles or to the shins, whatever you need here. It might even be knees, and that's okay too. Really butterfly those knees up towards the sky. Reach the crown of the head towards the sky, and you're going to feel a stretch through the back of the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, press those knees down, engage through the knees, and bring the chin back down towards the chest. Long spine. Little bitty baby back bend there going on in the low spine. One more. Beautiful. All right, slowly release the hands. We're going to bring them into prayer right at the heart. And then start to lift those elbows. The palms press in towards one another. Little bitty stretch through the wrist. And then slowly let the fingers come apart and start to come in towards one another. And the back of the palms are going to come together. Press the elbows down, big stretch through the back of the wrists. Beautiful. Shake out the wrists. Spread the legs long. Shake out the legs. And then we're going to move into table. So if you want a blanket under the knees, you can definitely do that, or you can just move it out of the way. And as we start here, we're going to have the fingers pointing towards the outside edges of our mat. And if that's not comfortable, totally fine. You can come to fists even if you need to not put weight on the wrists in that way. And then make sure the knees are under the hips. There's length through the spine. And just sway just a little bit side to side, feeling a little stretch through those wrists. If it's too much, again, come to fists and just sway side to side. Won't do the exact same thing, but you'll be exploring any sensations that show up in the hands, and that's really what I want to focus on today is sensation. All right, bring those fingers, spread them nice and wide. They're pointed back up towards the top of the mat. Sway those hips a little bit deeper. So we did this from seated. I've got a little rounding in the low back, that's fine. Beautiful. Bring the knees just a little bit wider. They're not going to the outside edges of the mat, but I want you to feel nice and stable. Keep those wrists right under the shoulders. Crown reaches away, and let's start to make a circle. So send the body weight over that left wrist, and then the right one, and then the right hip, and then the left. So a big circle. Inhales forward, exhales back. And maybe treat it like a spiral rather. Can it get bigger? Can more weight go on? Or do you need a little bit less? There is no wrong answer here. Just notice the sensations. Move in that way. Let's change direction. So back over that right hip and then the wrists. Give it one more. Beautiful. Come back into your table. Reset those knees. Make sure the wrists are okay. Reach through the crown of the head. Take an inhale. And then sit yourself back into a child's pose. Now, if you need the knees wide here to make more space, do that. Find that breath moving into the upper back body, the middle back body. Beautiful. Come on up to your table once again, and then we're going to go ahead and curl the toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift those hips, keep a big bend in the knees. Start to walk those hands back towards feet. Let's meet at the back of the mat in a forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. And then take an inhale. Exhale, slow rise. Let's move into our mountain pose at the back of the mat. And give yourself just a moment here to feel the feet connected to the floor. Shine that heart forward, length through the spine, crown reaching towards the sky, knees not locked. All of the good things. Now give yourself a breath. Beautiful. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, let's go ahead and goal post those arms, bring the gaze back forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, goal post. 2 more. Beautiful. Inhale, your right hand's gonna come down to the right hip, left fingers reach over to the right. Tuck the tailbone in, try not to lock the knees, The booty's gonna engage just a little bit, and that's okay. That protects the low back. Breathe. Inhale back up towards center. Exhale, goalpost over to the left. Inhale up through center. Goalpost over to the right. Inhale up through center. Goalpost over to the left. Inhale up through center. Goalpost over to the right. Inhale up through center. Left hand comes down to the left hip, right fingertips reach over, tuck the tailbone in, reach through the spine. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up towards center. And then goalpost those arms. Really keep the elbows in line with the shoulder. Shine those palms and ripple up through the feet. Find the length through the spine. Pull those elbows back just a little bit, opening through the heart. Lifting the chin just a little bit. Tucking in that tailbone, really feeling your core power turn on there. Where's the weight in the feet? Beautiful. Go ahead and start to really round the back behind you as the elbows and the forearms and the palms come together, and start to dip really low so that the elbows come towards the belly button, and then the upper body really rounds. Knees start to bend. Start to ragdoll yourself down and make your way into a forward fold. Breathe. Take an inhale, ragdoll all the way back up. So really letting the spine ripple up here. Coming back into that mountain. Where is the weight in the feet? Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way back up. Gaze follows, and then exhale back to those goalpost arms. Gaze back forward. Same thing, press into the feet. We're touching every part of the body here, so ripple up through the spine. Try not to lock the knees. You'll feel the toes squeeze into the mat as the shoulders and the elbows move back, opening through the heart, and then tuck that tailbone in. Lift the chin just a little bit. Inhale, bring yourself back to neutral, and then those elbows and forearms and the palms come together, the knees start to bend, the back rounds, the elbows come down towards the belly button. Slowly making your way into that forward fold. Now find your side to side sway, and you may have to bend one knee at a time to sway a little bit further over to each side. And the next time that you move over to that right leg, hold it a breath. Really bend into that left knee. What's over there? Breathe in. Send that left hip over to the left. You could use blocks here if you need more space. And take an inhale. Exhale, let's go over to the left. Send that right hip away. Reach through that low right hip. We'll come back to center, and we'll be back in that forward fold. Take an inhale. Exhale, slow rise, finding that ragdoll. We'll inhale, reach the arms up over the head, and then bring the palms together, down in front of the heart, bow chin to chest. Give yourself a cleansing breath. Beautiful. All right, lift the gaze back up towards me. And we're at the back of the mat, so let those heels touch the back of the mat. And we're gonna walk mindfully from the back of the mat to the front. And what I want you to notice on your way is your breath. Just notice how you're breathing. Don't change anything about it. Just make a mental, mindful note of how that's feeling in your body. So begin slowly. Give yourself time and space. And how are you walking? mindfully taking each step. When you feel the top of your mat, might have to look down. When you feel your toes at the top of the mat, just notice the breath. Notice how more connected the feet feel to your mat now. Even weight through both feet. Let's take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale, come back into that mountain pose. Reach the crown of the head away. Give yourself a cleansing breath. Beautiful. Inhale, arms and gaze rise. And then exhale, give yourself a forward fold. Make sure you have your blocks here. You may need them. I'm going to put mine on the medium setting. I'm going to step this left leg long down the mat. I'm going to bring blocks on either side of that right foot, and then I'm going to reach through the crown of my head as the left heel goes back to the back of the mat. Beautiful. Maybe move this right block out of the way. Bring hands outside. You might have to bring blocks. Bring hands outside of that right foot, lunge in. Really feel that opening through that left side body. Beautiful. Walk the blocks back forward. Lower that left knee, nice and gentle with control. Top of the foot comes to the mat. And then take an inhale, send the hips back. Big stretch through that right leg. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, move back. What's there for you? The blocks can move, so if you need to move them back just a little bit, you can to keep that length through the spine. You can also bring them to a taller setting. Just breathe in and out. Notice the constriction in the back of the throat. And the next time that you come back, I invite you to hold it. Maybe the heel is on the floor and the toes are up. Keep that length through the spine. And then see if you can bring the left hand to the block on the outside of the right leg and send that right arm back. Twist through the upper body, big stretch through the right hamstring. Beautiful. Right hand comes down, left hand comes back on the outside. Reset that heel under the knee, and then we're going to inhale, rise up. Tuck that tailbone in, feel into that left hip. Inhale, look up. Exhale, goalpost those arms, open through the heart. Let there be a little bitty back bend. Press into that right foot. Send the gaze up. Inhale, arms and gaze rise. And then exhale, bring it on down. Reset those blocks at the top of your mat. Curl those left toes, top of the mat. Forward fold. And sway over to the left and hold it. Just a counter stretch to what we just did. And use the blocks here if you need them. And come back to center, hands on blocks or not. You're going to step the right leg long. And bring those blocks on either side of the foot. Reaching through the spine. Sending that right heel back. And then see if you can bring that right hand over to that left block. Stretching through that right shoulder. And keeping the knee over the ankle. And coming back to center, lowering that right knee, inhaling forward, exhale, send the hip back. Moving just like that. Breath and movement connected here. Give it 2 more. Hold this one back. Think about really lengthening through the spine here. Maybe you're on the heel, maybe the toes are up, crown reaches away. And then see if you can bring your right hand to the left block. Send that left arm back behind you. Beautiful. Bring hands back to the blocks. Come back over that left foot and bring the weight evenly under the heel, over the knee, or under the knee rather, and then come up. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to goalpost those arms, cactus the arms, let the heart open, press into that left foot. As you lift just a little bit, really think about there being a little baby back bend here. Where's your strength? Last breath. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Come on down. Bring that left knee back to meet that right. You can move the blocks out of the way. Knees go wide or stay right where they are. Counter stretch. One more breath. Take an inhale, come into your table. Curl toes. Here's our first down dog. Pedal through the feet. Head hangs heavy. Walk feet and hands towards one another. Let's meet in the center of our mats in a forward fold. Let's take an inhale halfway, long spine. And exhale, slow release back down towards the mat. And inhale here. Find that upward movement, rippling up through the spine to find your mountain pose. Give yourself a breath. Beautiful. We're going to turn towards the long edge of the mat. And then once we get there, you're going to spread the feet nice and wide. And then I invite you to point your toes out. And then we're going to start to squat down just a little bit, really thinking about having that tailbone tucked in, sink it down, the inside of the legs get a stretch, get a little burning going. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, cactus those arms, finding goddess. Shine the heart forward, just like we've been doing. Everything's engaged up to the fingertips. Breathe in, tuck that tailbone in. Beautiful. Bring those arms and forearms together. Start to straighten through the legs. Spin on those heels so that the toes are towards the long edge of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, those elbows come down towards the belly button. Slow, wide leg forward, fold, let everything go. Beautiful, one more breath. And bring those feet back together. Turn towards the top of your mat. And then walk hands forward, walk feet back, find that down dog. And take an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower those knees. And then you're in your table, so swing those feet over to one side. So we're gonna move right into a nice, gentle, restorative heart opener. And this is where, if you had a bolster, it would be great. And you would just put the bolster, and then we're gonna lay back on it. Now, if you don't have a bolster, then what you can do is take your blocks, take your blanket or beach towel, and just put it on top. And I'd have a little bit of cushion hanging out over the front of the blocks facing your back. I'll show you how we do this. So as for a gentle heart opener, the knees are gonna be up towards the sky and the feet are on the floor, and you're just gonna roll back and find right there at the widest part of the shoulder blades. You want those on the mat, and then the head's gonna hang heavy. Now, if that does not work in your body to have the head hang heavy that much, then bring yourself just a little bit further back and see if you can catch just that little occipital ridge in the back of your head on the mat. So I want you to do what feels most comfortable. And then maybe shimmy the feet out just a little bit so that the knees can come together. And breathe. Let everything just soften into the mat and into this space. Let the shoulders open. Notice the breath. Notice the physical body. Give yourself 3 more. Slowly start to shimmy the feet towards one another, and then let the knees fall to either side. Roll onto your side body, and then you can move everything out of the way. Roll back down onto your back, bring the knees into the chest, and give yourself a little gentle rock side to side. Find a moment in dead bug, so extend arms and legs up towards the sky, circle wrists and ankles. And then allow yourself to move into whatever Shavasana will be for you today. Maybe you want to send your legs up the wall. Maybe you don't want to move again at all. And as you make your way into whatever shape Shavasana will hold, give yourself that cleansing breath. Really let the body soften into the mat. Give yourself the cleansing breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth, and rest. As you're ready, I invite you to bring some awareness back into this space. Bring a little movement to your fingers and your toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles. And reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Point those fingers, point the toes. And then allow yourself to roll over onto your right side. Bring those knees up close to the belly. Just lying here in this fetal position for another moment, feeling completely supported by your mat beneath you. And as you're ready, you can make your way back up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet there together with hands at the heart. Chin bowed down towards chest. So as we close together today, I'm not going to share a quote. I'm going to encourage you that if you are free on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. to please join me for the 21st of Teal. May you know kindness and may you be kind. Gratitude for practicing with me today. Namaste.